Alright, guys, welcome to the first episode of Mistborn RPG, featuring a number of fellow tabletop RPG broadcasters and Mass Squad members. I am tonight's narrator, Arthur Perkins, also known as AP Gaming Real, and I'll be walking us through 4 episodes of the Mistborn RPG by Crafty Games. So, if you want to follow along, you can check out the comment section on YouTube, or check chat right now, where you can pick up either the entire Mistborn RPG or one of the primers and previews and follow along with generally what we're doing. So, let's talk about who these people are and what they do. I'm going to start over here with this guy, who you might recognize from certain one-shots. Adam, how are you, Tuxtradamus? I think you're muted. I still think you're muted.
Oh, he's not muted on Skype's end? Am I muted?
I can't hear him.
I
can't
can't
hear
hear
him
him
either.
either.
This is a good start. While you sort that out, let's go over in this direction to Virgil. Virgil,
Hey,
how are you
everybody.
doing?
I'm doing all right. Excited about getting into this RPG because I really loved the novels. Like really high up there in fantasy and originality and fun and mystery. So I'm excited to make my own story in there,
Excellent, cool.
in the ashes.
And people can find you at twitch.tv/Zircon5, right? As a fellow broadcaster.
Twitch.tv/Zircon5 is my broadcasting spot, and you can catch me broadcasting stuff like music creation, a little bit of art, like asset creation for my stream and stuff, and fun RPGs that I have people jump in the chat for all the time. So stop by, check it out.
Cool. Do we have you back, Adam?
Test.
Yes, cool. Let's talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm good when Skype isn't deciding to change my audio settings. I'm
Yeah,
doing.
man.
I'm awesome.
So who are you and where can people find you? Twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus.
At right directly at the place you just said, twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus. I do video game and tabletop RPG stuff. Very soon I'll be starting my Urban Shadows thing, which I'll probably explain later on. Getting my assets and like my overlays and stuff ready for that. But besides that, I do a bunch of other stuff. Most appear on a lot of other people's channels, like this one, for instance, playing some awesome games. And yeah, I am super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to see you again this Thursday, right? For a one-shot at 8 Eastern, where you play an evil bastard.
Yep. I'm going to be an evil magic person thing.
All right, cool. Science Fraction.
Hey,
I don't think I've played with you before.
I
How
have not
are
played
you?
with you before.
And what do you do on the internet? Obviously, people can find you at Science Fraction.
They can find me at Science Fraction on Twitter and at twitch.tv/scifri, SCIFRI, where I stream games. Been streaming a bunch of Superhot lately because that game is just so good.
It looks
Cool.
really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, I don't really do anything on the internet apart from crack jokes and occasionally play RPGs.
I have a question. Does it feel a little bit like Hotline Miami? I watched a little gameplay and I was like,
It's
if it
kinda
has that
like-
Hotline Miami feel to it,
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
will.
like first-person Hotline Miami, but with a different art style than Hotline Miami, but similar
cool.
gameplay.
yeah, that sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm.
You're streaming that?
Yeah,
Yeah, if people are curious about the game, go watch a little bit of gameplay because I saw it and it got me very interested.
And they can find that by watching you live or checking your VODs at twitch.tv/Scifri, right?
it's true.
That's
where they-
SCIFRI.
Yep.
Damn.
And we're also joined by twitch.tv/Kelsa Delphi, who I think my most famous moment on the show with her was when I was like, I think these two things in Downfall could be true. And she's like, actually, this thing could be true. And I was like, I was just completely owned.
Yeah, that was good. That was a really good session of Downfall, actually. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Downfall was fantastic. I love destroying things.
Yeah, it's fun. Super fun. I'm really excited to play this game. I had not read the Mistborn series before I got invited to play this, and I still haven't finished even the first book. So it's going to be very interesting. I have read a lot of other Brandon Sanderson novels, though, so um, I'm very excited to be playing this.
Yeah, did you get through Calamity yet?
No, because I stopped reading it so I could read Mistborn.
Oh, right. Yep, that was a good. It's good though. It's really good.
I started it, so I know it's good. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to play this, and I'm gonna catch up on reading through the rest of the novels pretty quick. But I read the rules, and so I basically, I know how to RPG. I just gotta roll dice well, and it's gonna be fine.
Sci-Fry, I wish you had said that. Oh, he's going to get his pizza. Damn it.
Oh, no.
I will say it for him.
Go ahead.
So that, yeah. So, it's a joke. If you don't get it yet, it's because you haven't read the novels. But don't worry, you'll get it in a couple minutes. So, no, Virgil, you ask it to me, and I'll answer it. How about that one?
Okay, yeah. How do they measure things in the world of Scadrial?
Should have just said Mistborn, but sure. With the Lord Ruler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see
You
here.
needed those sunglasses.
Don't worry, you'll get it.
So-
In a VIN. Well. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Just nope. All right, so something I want to ask my players to do is on Roll20 to each have a unique color. Everyone's got a very similar color. We have 2 blues and 2 purples.
Yeah, roll 20
What-
just kind
No,
of.
we have 3 purples. What are you talking
are you-
about?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
our-
my
mean-
objective here is to make unique colored dice so that when people place their dice in action pools, it'll be like, oh, this is my character sheet, and I
Oh,
know
I don't
that
want
not just because it
to
has
read
my name
that.
on it, but because it has my dice color.
I'll be orange.
All right, orange, cool,
I'll be a nice dark brown,
orangey. All right,
a ruddy brown.
Coolio.
maybe I'll like change the colors next to everybody's tags on the overlay. I'm brilliant.
Super special. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Doing
I can
stuff
help you with
like
that.
Yep.
Technology.
Technology.
All right,
Yeah.
Kelsa. And
Technology.
Zircon 5 is like a brown maroon. That didn't turn out very well. Okay. So that Sci-Fry's back.
Yes.
I'm gonna describe Mistborn RPG in its own words. And then we're gonna get around to making characters, which incidentally starts with making the group before we make the characters, but we'll get to that. Imagine a world much like our own a few hundred years ago. A world of men, of cobblestone roads and horse-drawn carriages, of majestic manor houses and sprawling plantations, massive cities packed with soldiers, citizens, beggars and nobles, artisans and thieves. But then imagine something has gone direly amiss. Thick black clouds blot out the sun, filched by titanic volcanoes dotting the horizon. Rather than rain, ash falls from the sky, always, every day. It stains the buildings, chokes the rivers, and blankets the land like a sea of stained snow. Imagine there are no flowers, no green glass, or leafy trees. Only stunted brown undergrowth struggling to reach the meager light of the dim red sky. Imagine that at night, roiling clouds of impenetrable mist materialize to swirl and dance in the streets, shrouding the stars, and shrouding mortal danger for those foolish enough to venture into the dark. Mindless myth race, horrific beings that devour the dead to make a mockery of life, unintrepid wanderers, while savage gangs of bandits and rebels plunder barges and passerbys for what little they carry. Imagine a society so repressive that police and priest, state and church are one, and that your ruler is not just a man but a god who sees, knows, and controls all. Imagine his grip on the land's culture is so strong that he can stifle the march of technology, halt the integration of classes, and rule unopposed for 1,000 years. Imagine that innovation, evolution, and ingenuity are replaced by duty, devotion, and above all, fealty. Imagine a world where wealth is not measured in gold or connections or status, but in secrets, where everyone and everything conceals something else. Imagine those secrets are valuable not for the information they offer, but the power they wield, that they are weapons to destroy, shields to protect, and treasure so coveted that others would kill to see them buried forever. Imagine a power hidden in a select few that lets them use metal to soar through the air, perform superhuman feats of strength and speed, and manipulate emotions. Imagine being hunted for that power by creatures so brutal, so relentless they'll stop at nothing to tear your soul from your body. Imagine living in such a world and choosing to fight against it. You fight to shrug off the bonds of oppression, fear, and entropy that poison the land and divide the people. Your opponents have every edge at their disposal, all the control, all the money, and divinity itself on their side, and still you don't surrender. You fight to change the world, because if you can't change it, it's not worth saving. This is the world of Mistborn. Hashtag get wrecked.
Just a really happy place where a lot of good people do good things for their fellow beings, and
Right.
just
It's just like living in the Warhammer 40k universe. It's a great time for everyone involved.
So the
Yeah.
description that I've heard that I really like is that the Mistborn novels are Ocean's 11, 400 years after Sauron gets the One Ring, set in Mordor. And I really, really like that description.
That is
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I
it is
know,
pretty
it's so
accurate.
good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like, the world in Mistborn sucks so much that the sun is red.
yeah, it is. Horrible.
the rain gave up. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
No, it
don't
still rains
even know
occasionally,
what,
but the
like-
ash falls constantly.
They don't even know what flowers are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have no idea.
It's to the point where, like, in the novel, they're like, what if grass was green? And they're like,
Yeah.
that's fucking weird.
You're
You're
insane.
like, yeah, you're weird for saying stuff like that.
Awesome. So, let's talk about making a crew. So, in order to start a game of Mistborn, you need 5 things, and you start with the crew. At the heart of every Mistborn story is a crew, a band of heroes standing against the harsh realities of life in the final empire. Through the crew, your heroes find friends, allies, and accomplices as they strive toward a common cause, pull off devious schemes, achieve personal goals, and ultimately discover their true destiny. So, the first thing we start out is by asking, what is the crew's common cause? What do all of you do together?
Well,
Mhm.
I think we're very politically motivated,
Mhm.
and probably monetarily as well, right?
Yep. Power, money.
Power,
What else do
money.
you need?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. You
Power.
wanna gain power and money.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
Yeah, pretty
well,
you know what else goes with that?
I have.
Hmm.
Secrets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
We need them
Um,
secrets.
Open the door.
Gotta catch them all.
So, this question, the answer might change as the game plays on. With 4 sessions, I don't know if we'll get to answering it or not. You guys kind of set the pace yourself for this, and you'll see why. Who is your crew's primary target? The Army, the Steel Ministry, Allomancers, other crews, society, laws? Or is there a particular person you direct yourself against?
Probably not a particular. At least for now, not a particular person. I would
I
say.
was thinking maybe there is like a weakened noble house
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
that maybe has kind of a lot of respect, but through their own misfortune is falling off, and we're ruthless enough to
We
not
wanna
really
take
pay
'em out?
attention to all their authority that's left over now that they have no real power.
Yeah.
Definitely do not want to fuck with the Steel Ministry, though.
No, no Steel Ministry.
No.
Let's just leave that over
I
here.
was not gonna. That was not my first choice.
So I'm curious, who leads this house? I'm sorry, not who leads the house. What is the house's name?
The weak house?
Yes, the weak house.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
interesting.
it's the-
You're making your enemy before you make yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there a?
There's a list. I'm looking
House
it up.
Trabina. I'm just
The,
making
yeah,
stuff
the
up.
house you're going against is Gary of the House of Oak, of course. He's your rival since birth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you say Trabina? Can you spell that?
Sure. Trebina.
That works.
House Trabina. All right, cool. So your crew's primary target when you start out is House Trabina.
Cool.
The most common victim. Oh, so the
Fuck
most
those
common
guys.
victim of your schemes would normally be other houses you can steal power from.
Yeah,
then.
other
Yeah.
houses,
Yeah.
of other crews.
All right. What is your
Yep.
I
preferred
think
method
other
as a
houses-
crew, not individually, but as a crew, to getting what you want, to taking out your targets? Open warfare, deception, theft, sabotage, diplomacy, schemes. Do you vary it?
I feel like it's either like assassination of key individuals, and or blackmail. Like
I
What
like
I got from
deception
our
as an
slight
option.
talk and like kind of what we've been talking about right now, it seems like we're very much we see other noble houses as Jenga games, and so we just pull out
Yeah.
the perfect little pieces and then let it collapse on itself.
Maybe we don't have to like assassinate someone. We can just like corrupt them somehow,
Yeah,
or like turn them into a lush so they're worthless.
Mhm.
You know, we just take care of all the support structures
Yep.
and watch it tumble and be real quick about swooping in
Mhm.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
to like help and then like take over.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about a crew name. Something we haven't discussed at all.
ooh,
I haven't really done any brainstorming either.
Well, I kind of figured from what we're talking is that we are either we are the noble house or we are like the main like we are the noble house is basically kind of what I've been getting the feeling of based on
House Jenga.
House Jenga.
Right, but even if you are a
had
member of a
it.
house, your specific group, I know
Okay.
there
Oh,
was
yeah.
a general idea of being like haze killers, which are like magic killers. What is
So-
what is your crew called? The people you roll with.
Well, I was
Think of a
thinking it
sweet
could be
gang
related
name.
to
Yeah.
the name of the house. Is
Just
what,
remember, the name of the house may end up, the name of your crew may end up being the title of the show. So obviously,
Oh.
pick something amazing.
make it really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
Make sure it has alliteration.
Lead in the mist.
Thematically,
super punchy.
something involving vultures would make sense.
And we'll call it the Swan Song.
Oh.
Somehow, I don't think YouTube will like that very much.
10 things the Steel Ministry doesn't want you to know.
Number 10 will
Number
shock
7
you.
will shock
I've lost it. I've lost control of the show.
You'll see Inquisitors in a whole different light.
We're done. We're done.
These are
Um,
on topic, off topic jokes.
so
Obligators hate this woman after she discovered the true secrets of Alamancy.
So
Vin.
I was thinking in a slightly more on topic, like ash falling from the sky is such like a prominent thing. Like I was thinking of a name like Ashfall or something like that, where we
That
are
was an
like
idea that crossed
it's
my mind.
like it's so inevitable that we're just gonna come in and poke out those Jenga blocks.
Maybe the Ash Fallen?
Ooh,
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay.
I like it.
Oh yeah, that's great.
it's mysterious.
All right. I think I filled it out for Tux there, but everyone can fill those specific 4 things out on their character sheets: crew name, cause, target, and method.
Cool.
Oh wait, do we have
Yeah, so we
actual
see
character sheets? No.
sheets
Yes, they are on. Okay, so we'll reveal it to the audience.
Reveal it to
On
me.
Roll20, if you scroll over, there are character sheets that are on the background of the map, and then you can just put numbers and letters and all that stuff in.
Do we tell whose is who?
Yes, that's easy because your dice color should indicate who is where.
Oh.
So Zircon is at the end, and Tuxedomus is on the other end. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do cool dice colors, and so we could assemble a physical pile of dice, so I could look over and be like, "Oh, you have 6 dice, I see. Interesting."
Can I not? Oh, I wanted to just select those ones and copy them. Just make me a copy of that.
All right, fine. If you're so lazy, I will do it all for you myself.
I did it. Except
I
this
wanna
corruption does not want to stay where it's
You can hold
supposed to.
Alt in order to manually place something.
Aha!
Yep, that's the science of Roll20.
I knew that, but I forgot.
Okay. Now that we've got a general idea of what your crew looks like, each of you will develop a concept. And a concept should be short, just a few words, perhaps 2 or 3 chained together. Does anyone have a concept that they want to share?
I had a concept that I like. I'm still not. So I was thinking about being a keeper, but I'm not 100% sold on that. I might change my mind and just be noble. But I guess that's a good question. How do you guys feel about more magic?
Hmm.
I like magic.
Well, see, like,
personally.
yeah, not all terracemen are keepers, so that makes you like double rare.
Right. Exactly. Triple rare because I'm a terraceman posing as a nobleman.
Right.
So-
Who is also a keeper.
Who's also magic. Bam.
Right. And I'm like, I don't know, that feels like a lot of things. But,
Also go Super Saiyan.
Can.
yeah, pretty
If
much.
you're a
My
keeper, you can
original
already
character.
go Super Saiyan. That's, I
Yep.
mean, that's
Wow.
just a thing.
Yeah,
That's-
basically, because they just store it and then they can just do whatever the heck they want.
When you move 200 miles an hour, I think it's pretty
Yeah.
much. That sounds Super Saiyan
If my
to me.
hair does not change color, it's not really Super Saiyan.
Oh, but
True.
That's
It's true.
I-
if you had the right metal, you could change your hair color by changing your identity.
all right. Well, in that case,
Damn.
That metal's not available yet. You gotta find that one.
well, shoot.
Not
Okay.
well known.
No. So for that, basically, my concept is that I am a talisman keeper who is short enough to pose as a noblewoman.
So you're a keeper noblewoman.
Yep,
Can I throw hidden in front of that? Hidden keeper
Yes.
noblewoman? All
that's
right.
perfect because hidden is important.
All right, so if you have no idea what keeper means or why terrorists can't be noble people, we'll explain that in just a few minutes. It'll all make sense shortly. And know that Kelsa has basically decided to play a magus.
Yep.
She's the most powerful character in the group right now, by far. Tux, do you have a concept you want to throw at us?
Yeah, I'm thinking like rebellious noble punk.
Oh, I think do we need to throw the word punk in there though? Rebellious
Either-
noble.
Keep one of them. I kind of like punk a little better than rebellious.
Okay.
Because punk insinuates that he wants to rebel but doesn't quite know how.
Can we throw a certain extra word on the end of that? I know there was some discussion, but we might not have ever nailed it down, that you and Sci-Fry would be playing twins.
Yes.
Is that still a thing we're going
Yeah.
to do?
Yes.
So can we say a punk noble twin?
Sure.
Excellent.
Noble punk
Virgil,
twin.
let's talk about your concept, you filthy eater of bones.
So I was in the book. In the
Nom,
book,
nom,
it
nom.
did say to do an accurate replication, you do have to eat the whole thing.
Oh, okay. All right. You got to eat the whole body.
Yeah, you got to eat it.
If you only have the bones, it's less accurate.
So I'll be playing a Khandra, which is not a human. It's something else, something very special, which can devour another thing and take its form. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a
Metal.
shapeshifter that can shapeshift into anything that you eat.
Yeah, gotta eat it.
You're a disgusting piece of garbage.
Gotta have it.
So what's your concept?
The concept is that I'm a fairly older generation Khandra who constantly has some contract that they get out so that they can get away from the homelands and try to help the foolish humans not die terribly in the ash while they're starving and sad. But it always goes wrong.
Can we say luckless veteran Khandra?
Yeah.
I think I might have spelled veteran here wrong. Stupid autocorrect not correcting me. Yeah, and sci-fi. At least one of your descriptors is going to include the word twin.
Yes.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking I had an idea of sort of playing like a young noble who probably doesn't understand how everything works. Sort of like the wide-eyed recruit of the group.
So you're like a
cool.
naive noble twin.
Yeah. Or at least the younger noble twin.
I feel like your older brother, he got out 3 seconds earlier, so
Yeah, exactly.
He knows all
he's
about
like, come on, dude. We gotta go against society and the establishment, man.
Well, he was reading politics books. I was partying with other nobles.
Riga has my new theme song in chat. Teenage Rebellious Tuxtradamus to the tune of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Rebellious Tuxtradamus.
Tuxtradamus. Teenage Rebellious Tuxtradamus.
Tuxtradamus in a half shell. Tux power. Okay. That is our concepts. Each of you will need to answer the 10 questions. If you have your PDF open, it is on page 84.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to read the questions out loud. You'll probably want to make notes of your answers as you go down the list, and then I'll ask you to explain them. The 10 questions these fellows and ladies will be answering are: why did you join the crew? How did you live before you joined the crew? What special skill do you bring to the crew? What is your most distinctive feature? How do other people describe your personality? Do you have any special powers? Are you especially fit, smart, or charismatic? I scrunched fit and smart together. Thank you so much for adding my results here. Are you well off, or do you struggle to get by? What is the worst thing that ever happened to you? And the final, perhaps most important question is, what do you believe is your ultimate purpose?
All right.
They'll be writing these down, and then we'll be explaining them.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Khandra writes itself.
I wanna keep an eye out here for all of the fan artists that follow the show. I have no idea why you watch this, but you're all fucking amazing. I've asked everybody to give a very detailed physical description of their characters. Hopefully they're prepared to do this so that you guys can draw some really amazing pictures. We're really going to try to emphasize that fan art train today.
I really like how that one is not like, what would you say your personality is? It's how would other people say you are? I really like that. That's one of the...
Yeah, because you could just be like, oh, everyone thinks I'm just the best. That I'm a great person, but secretly I'm awful.
Right.
Bonus question, do you know how to Dougie? Pretty sure they don't. So, the interesting answer to that is that since society hasn't moved forward in 1,000 years, the art of the Dougie either was lost or has never been invented.
It's a sacred lost tradition.
I mean, maybe some keeper somewhere has it stored in a...
Some keeper somewhere who could teach us how to Dougie.
Can we
we're
change
changing our main goal.
Yeah.
Learn to
We weren't
Dougie.
going to strike at the nobility, but we might as well just learn to Dougie.
Yep. We can find the ancient lost art of the Dougie.
Yeah.
Stream's over. Shutting it off. We're going home.
But then once we find it, then we can have a rival gang that knows how to nay.
Oh, you ready for this? You ready? As members of the nobility, you already know how to whip. I'll explain that one. So, while they're filling out their questions, there are several races on Scadrial, the world that Mistborn is set on. The first of which are called the nobility. They're what we would equate to as normal humans. They're taller than many of the other races. They're more intelligent, and they're less fertile. They have fewer children, but they are the only ones with access to a specific kind of magic called allomancy, which is where you swallow metal or metal flakes, and in your stomach you can burn them to open a spiritual gate and gain power through it. The type of metal determines what powers you have access to, and it seems to be mostly genetic. So if you have someone in the last 5 generations who is an Allomancer, you may also be an Allomancer. There are 2 types of Allomancy. The first is called a misting, where you have access to only 1 power. So only 1 type of metal will burn for you. You'll be much more powerful at it than other types of burning. The second way is called Mistborn, which are extremely rare. So if 1 in 100 people is a misting, 1 in 100 mistings is a Mistborn, who have access to all of the metals and can burn them all simultaneously. They just tend to be worse at it. They are not as powerful at burning them, but they are capable of burning all of them at once. The second race is called Ska. All Ska are peasants. They're shorter, hardier, they work longer, they live shorter lives, and they are way more fertile. They are also all slaves. All Ska are owned by the Lord Ruler. In his immortal name, may he rule for another 1,000 years. The Lord Ruler is, of course, the leader of the final empire, the Sliver of Eternity, the head of the Steel Ministry. He loans out the Ska to the various noblemen, and they are expected to produce food or goods to provide for this loan. So that's how he keeps one of his many holds on society. The third race are called Terrace. They are mostly confined to the Terrace dominance, where they're allowed to live autonomously as long as all of their male members are eunuched at birth. All Terracemen who leave the Terrace dominance do so as servants of various nobles. Terrace people are mostly subservient. They seem to have a genetic predisposition towards being a servant, which is very strange, but is explained later in the novels. Should you read them? Yes, they're awesome. The fourth race is called Koloss. No one knows much about them. They're giant blue-skinned humanoids that have super large swords. They're owned by the Lord Ruler, and he sends them to kill tons of people.
If they deserve it.
Yeah, they're like this world's version of orcs. And the final race is Kandra. Not much is known about them.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have our answers to the 10 questions?
Almost.
Getting there.
I am working on mine, but go with other people's first.
Sounds like everybody said almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. We'll say, though, if you do want to read the Mistborn books without having to actually read, I got the audible.com version, and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So while they are finishing out their stuff, I want to say I read another Brandon Sanderson novel recently. There's been this fantastic series that was never turned to ebook that Sanderson did called Alcatraz and the Evil Librarians. And they're finally releasing them slowly onto Kindle. And let me tell you something. The book is written as an autobiography, and the author of the book in character is very devious. I was reading it at 3 a.m. and I couldn't put it down because I was like, oh my gosh, I want to know what happens. Every chapter ends on a cliffhanger.
That's really
And
cool.
at one point in the middle of the night, I was reading it, and it was like, so since you're reading this on an ebook reader, and I was like, how does it know that? How could the book possibly know that since it was written in novel format? And he was like, and since it's very late, and I was like, how could it know that it's very late? Oh my god!
You're way too tired.
But yeah, no.
But I imagine people have the opposite of experience,
Yeah,
where it's
if
like,
people
no,
were
it's
reading it
midday
in-
and I'm
so
sitting
the
on
thing
the
is,
beach.
when it went to ebook, they changed the wording from since you're reading this as a novel to since you're reading this as an ebook.
That's clever.
Yep, it was super good. But yeah, since I was reading it in the middle of the night, was really creeped out. $5 donation if Tuxedomus dies choking on his own foot. Well,
Huh?
long ago, someone offered me $1,000 if I would kill Swargula's character. I do not take donations to kill people. Sorry, friends. I set that
Is that a
policy
reference to
long
something?
ago.
I'll make it happen. Don't worry about it.
Someone else is about to intercept that $5 donation.
Is this a sex thing?
I'm assuming.
Does someone really want to see me put my foot in my mouth?
But you have to die. You have to die.
Right, exactly. I have to
from
die.
it.
I not only is it
choke on your own
is it a
foot.
foot thing, it's also a choking thing.
Oh, Tux. Ah.
I'm done.
All right, cool. Let's talk
Okay.
about your 10 answers.
Mm-hmm.
So, why'd you join the crew?
Oh, yeah. I want to hear your answers to this because I have a question for you.
Yeah, we're kind of in cahoots, so we can work together on this. I have a
Short
contract
phrase.
from the Terrace Woman.
I'm sorry, what was it?
A contract. I'm contracted
Okay, you
by.
have a contract to Kelsa's character.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to talk to you about how that came about because I think that's related to my tragedy.
Okay, cool. That's great because I didn't know. Well, you can fill that in. That'll be perfect.
How
as far
did
as
you
I can see.
live before you joined the crew?
Well, I had been serving many different noble houses over the years, but I was just returning from the homeland most recently, fairly recently. Like,
So it's a 1 or 2 word summary. So
oh,
would you say
what was I doing before then? Traveling. For a long-
Traveling. Okay.
Yeah.
What special skill do you bring to the crew? True, candor does kind of.
Yeah, I eat people and become them. It was what I wrote down.
Would you say Master of Disguise then?
Sure. That's a nice way of
Master
putting
of Disguise is your trait now. Write it on the specialty part of your character sheet. What is your most distinctive feature?
Hold on, Master of Disguise. I would say false indifference. Oh wait, hold on. That was number 5. We're on number 4?
4. Distinctive
Okay.
feature.
Unwillingness.
So you're just unwilling all the time.
Like apparently, yeah.
Okay, all right. Write that down as your feature trait. How do people describe your personality? I believe you said false indifference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. False indifference, write that down as your personality trait. Do you have any special powers?
Yeah, shape shifting.
All right, as a Kandra, you have average power. So keep that in mind for when you need to answer those questions during character creation later.
Stop doing this.
Are you especially fit, smart, or charismatic?
Yeah, I'm pretty smart. Around.
So you are smart in one area. So unfortunately, you already have average in powers. So you'll either need to be strong or weak in attributes.
And the other one, it's going to be attributes.
So when you pick your
Standings.
stats, there are
Yeah.
3 categories: strong, average, and weak. As a Kandra, your power is average. So your attributes can either be strong, which means you're exceptional in 2 or more areas, or weak, which means you're not exceptional at all.
Let's say weak.
Okay. Are you well off, or do you struggle to get by? and you
I
need to
have
be
a
strong in
question.
that because it's the only option you have left.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm interested. What is it that you have a lot of as a Kandra?
So here's where this comes tied to my character. My proposition is thus. You are impersonating my husband.
Oh shit.
I was wondering too. Was he in the crew before, and you couldn't have him like gone, so you had to replace him?
So no, so my
crap.
actually it's way worse than that. This was I
Way
did
worse.
of course. I never it's up to you entirely how the timeline is, but I was figuring that um I would not be able to continue to work with the crew if I was trapped in this loveless marriage with this nobleman that I was betrothed to. So I acquired your contract and you replaced him so that I could continue to live the life I wanted to live. But now you are in charge of like the finances of the household.
God. It's so much better because you have to keep giving him adium to keep his contract.
Yeah.
So you constantly have to struggle to get giant piles of money. Oh boy.
And so I am going to take poor resources because of
shit.
this, because I'm giving it all to him.
Oh, that's a dangerous move. Okay.
I know, right?
So you are either well off in resources, influence, and standing, and you get to pick two of those later on. So, all right, Mr. Kandra, what is the worst thing that ever happened to you? This will become your tragedy. Virgil?
Sorry, what was that?
What is the worst
the,
thing that ever happened to you? This is your tragedy.
Like loss of friendship, I guess.
Wow. Okay. We're going to talk more about that. Must be a hell of a friend to have been the worst thing that ever happened to you.
I mean, I don't know what else.
No,
I
loss of
think-
friendship is a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you had a really cool Condor you were close friends with. Who went
He was your
rogue.
partner in crime,
Yep, they went rogue. You had to eat them.
and you've worked alone ever since. The loose cannon.
They're 2 days from
Oh, dude,
retirement.
that's amazing.
You're the best
That's
conjurer on
fucking
this
amazing.
force.
Yeah, they went rogue, and I had to eat them. That is amazing.
What do you believe is your ultimate purpose? And this is what you think your destiny is. It may not be your true destiny, but where do you think you're going in life? What is the best possible ending to your story?
Yeah, that I fulfill my contract and save the world, right? I mean,
Oh, you're going fulfill. So you want to fulfill the first contract?
yeah.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. Perfect.
Oh boy, that's a pretty tall order there.
Well, I mean, if I'm a
no,
Condra,
that's a good one.
that's perfectly legit. I mean, I'm not saying that, yes, make this happen for me in my role-playing game, Arthur.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's my character's
talk about it.
thing.
Okay, who's next on the chopping block for answering stuff?
So
I
every
think I'm
time a
ready
GM
now.
says no, it's fine. It's just gotta come back to bite you.
All right, Kelsa, let's talk about why did you join the crew?
Because I want this to be the best noble house.
Okay.
I want our house to be at the top, and if I can, yeah. So
Okay, so make sure to put ambitious noble house as your drive trait on your character sheet. So the answers to most of these questions are either going to be traits or marking what your stats will be. All right. How did you live before you joined the crew?
I was a dilettante. I was, going around to parties, being a noble woman. I put it on there.
So fancy. Okay. What is your area of interest? I just want to know, like, personally. Because this ties into your being a keeper as well. Like, not only are you like, yeah, I go to parties and do stuff. Perhaps your area of interest might be the nobility of Ertu.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that because I had an idea in mind for what my interest was.
Okay.
And
We can do that. You throw me whatever you want it to be.
yeah, I want my area of interest to actually be plants,
Okay.
botany, following like researching current plants, that sort of thing. But as
In a
a,
world where flowers don't exist.
correct, like I have a book that details 6 different types of flowers. That's the most anyone's ever heard of.
6? Holy
I mean, there's
shit.
Yeah.
lots of plants. Let's be clear here.
Exactly.
They're just
Yeah.
not
No.
flowers.
Right.
Right.
Right, there's
Exactly.
crops.
Okay.
That are-
So your answer to question 2 is dilettante. So you're like you're like a social butterfly type, going to parties, not killing people.
Right, totally not killing people. And
Like
my special
almost never.
almost never, especially when we go down to the next question is what is the special skill I bring to the party?
Right.
I'm a skilled I'm a skilled poisoner.
All right. Okay. And so somewhere between partying and now, probably about the same time your husband died, you picked up poisoning.
Yeah, I would say a little bit before he died.
Just before.
Yeah.
Learn to be
Just
get
before,
really
really.
good at it.
Yep.
Just good enough.
Well, I figured like I had already been doing that, and then it's then it's like, well, you need to get married, or you fall off the face of the social stand circles,
Okay.
Anyway,
What is your most distinctive feature?
I'm tall,
Oh, okay.
surprisingly tall for a woman.
All right.
I always wear flats.
Surprisingly short for a terraceman.
Are you like 6 foot? For some
Yeah.
reason, I
Aren't
imagine
you
not
the
very many
short
people are
for a
super tall in
talisman?
this world, other than
That's worst. All right. How do
Very
people
tall for a
describe your
woman.
personality?
Oh, vapid.
Really? So that's what you pretend to be?
That is what I pretend to be.
I'm gonna hold you to that so hard.
Don't worry. It's all a front, so I can get in, do the poison, get out.
Yep.
Because not all the poisons are deadly. This is where we spike someone's drink and they go on a little bender because it's,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any special powers? As a keeper,
I
you
sure
have some,
do.
strong powers.
strong powers.
So powerful.
Yep.
I already know the answer to this question because you mentioned it, but you need to be average in attributes to be fit, smart, or charismatic.
Yep.
Because you are weak at being well off.
Mm-hmm.
What is the worst thing that ever happened to you?
Oh, I think it was the short amount of time where I was legitimately married before I had my husband replaced. The stiflingness of just being a noblewoman, not being able to go out and play and be one of the Ashfallen. There was like a number of months that I was basically stay at home, be the wife, and that was absolutely the worst.
Interesting.
Stifling.
All right. Yeah. I can work with that. I got some ideas now. And what is your ultimate purpose? What's your destiny? What is the best possible ending to your story?
That I lead the most powerful noble house.
Ooh.
I'm declared matriarch of our entire noble house, and we are the most powerful in all of the last empire.
All right. Who is next on the questions block?
I'm good to go.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, I make a few assumptions about our family, Sai. So,
All right.
if
I
something
made
I
a
say
few
isn't
assumptions
kosher,
too, so
okay. So yeah, we can
Maybe we want to do these side by side, right? Because
Sure,
you're twins.
okay.
So why did you join the crew?
I want to gain power and standing for me and my bro.
My answer to why I joined the crew is because my brother joined it, and I didn't want us to be separated.
Okay.
Perfect.
So your drive trait, Sci-Fry, I think will be. Oh man. Kept brother. Maybe. How would you say you're somebody's little brother in like 2 or 3 words? This is a drive trait. Interesting.
He's my pinky.
I like the idea. I like the
He's the
idea of
pinky-
just
he's the
putting the
pinky to
word
my brain.
"aw" in there, like "oh."
Oh.
All right, let's jump back to Tuxedomus. What trait can we write down for you then? Like, power hungry?
Underling?
Yeah.
Is he your underling?
Oh man, yeah, underling would be a really good trait for Sci-Fry.
If you, yeah. I was
Yeah,
power
and
hungry
you
and
could
then
you could
yeah,
call
like-
upon that anytime you were working together.
Yeah, because the
especially.
character I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
in mind is definitely the taking orders rather than giving kind of
Okay,
type.
so yeah, choose like sibling underling, and Tux.
That goes in
can
my
you give me a
drive.
good wording for no one man should have all that power except me? Oh, Kanye West.
I'm the best.
No, that's not a trait. That's a trait I would call against you constantly.
I like power hungry.
Oh, power hungry. Perfect. Sounds
Yeah.
good. How did the two of you live before you joined the crew?
Oh, I guess I should also say now. My character's gonna be a female.
Okay.
So she was a playgirl.
Okay,
like,
so just
Basically,
just like
Danny
party
Zuko,
noble?
but a female. So like total punk, just like just did all the stuff. Like, oh
Okay.
yeah, look, I'm spray painting on the side of the wall. Isn't that insane? That's so crazy. Look at me.
You have to realize, audience, that actually is pretty insane with the Steel Ministry. They might actually kill you for that.
Spraying all over your walls. Screw you, Lord Ruler.
Yeah.
Screw the establishment, man.
So, do you want your tag to be Playboy, Playgirl? I don't know how you want to tag that, but
Playgirl was one that I thought fit the most because it's
Okay.
like that, very much that like I'm a wild card that just does what she wants kind of thing. Like,
of course, 2 days from retirement.
Playboy millionaire.
Sci-Fry.
Yeah, what was the question?
How did you live before you joined the crew?
I had jaded and naive put down for my answer. Like,
So,
the life of a very uneducated noble.
oh man. But what did you do? Like, those are things that kind of like define your personality, but what is it you did?
That's a good question. Maybe
a lot
I
of
just
lollygagging. Maybe.
Yeah, probably a lot of lollygagging. Maybe my job was just backing people up.
Could we say like apprentice? Were you like
Yeah.
apprentice to your
I was an
brother,
apprentice.
sister? Okay. Yeah, let's put apprentice down there. And that again goes in your trait section.
Okay,
under
where does it
profession.
go in profession? Okay.
Yep. Each of these questions go in order. What special skills do each of you bring to the crew?
B&E specialist.
Ooh, breaking and entering. Okay, good stuff. Man, I want to know when you got that skill.
It's breaking into all of the random places so that she can spray paint.
Right, exactly. I had to get my dad wouldn't buy my spray paint, so I had to break into places and take the spray paint.
Are you a
Yeah,
point shot or
just-
pewter arm?
Just racking cans at Home Depot.
I feel like if you're gonna wreck stuff, coin shot or pewter arm are a great way to go. But
Actually, yeah, pewter. I was thinking about being a soother
I don't
or a
know about
rider,
that.
but pewter arm would really.
don't
would be
don't
really
step
cool.
away from them. If you're oh shit, it's a cat!
Cat! There's a cat on the stream!
Holy shit.
1 million views! The donations are coming in!
Million hairs. Get away from my green screen.
Uh,
Oh, kitty.
yeah. If you are attached to being an emotional Allomancer, don't feel the need to step away from that, because I think that's one of the more unique aspects of Magic.
Hmm. I'm thinking Rioter for her, but
Oh, you're gonna be Zinc? Zinc as hell?
yeah.
All right. Okay. Sci-Fry, what is your special skill?
I actually chose one off the recommended list because
Okay.
I thought it fit very well. An acute sense of danger.
Oh, okay.
I got a bad feeling about this, guys.
So,
in any
you're-
Star Wars
you're
movie, my
C-3PO.
character's the one that's like, I got a bad feeling about this.
Princess Leia.
Awesome.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, you're our like you're the legitimate face for our crew. So if we need to buy something, you're the one. We put it in your name.
Yeah, exactly.
You're our Victor Kovacs.
Oh boy, Victor Kovacs, really?
Oh, man.
Awesome.
I mean, I was already thinking with an
We are
acute
so fucked.
to die. So
We're done. We're done. Show's over.
Shut it down. Shut it all down.
So swan song. What is the most distinctive feature for each of you?
Scarred.
Ooh. Wow. Are we talking mentally or physically or emotionally?
Physically, baby.
Ooh. What kind of scar? No, wait. We'll save that for when you give us a full description.
Ooh.
All right. Scarred. Wow, that's a... Oh, man, that's a really good trait that I might use against you somehow. Cool. bonus dice for me. What about you, Sci-Fry?
I had my most distinctive trait put down as scrawny looking.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh God, I love.
How
this
do
guy.
other people describe your personality?
Intense.
Ooh.
I went with soft spoken.
We are.
The opposite.
I love this so much. We are just completely opposite.
Opposite people who consistently feel the need to like be a team because they're
Water.
related.
I love it when twins are opposite of each other. It's great.
I know it's so cool.
Perfect.
Do either of you have any special powers? Tox has mentioned they want to be a misting.
Yep. So I'm gonna have the average. There.
Sci-Fry?
I put that I wanted to be a 10-eye.
All right. Okay, so you are average as well. You're missing. Excellent. Are either of you especially fit, smart, or charismatic?
I put strong for this, so I'm thinking so.
Okay, interesting.
Mm.
I love
I
all these
put,
poor nobles.
I put very street smart, not very book smart.
So are you taking strong or weak? Because those are your two options that are left.
I'll take weak.
Okay, all right. You are you're
Dad
opposite.
still likes him, so
That would mean in the question of are you well off or do you struggle to get by, Tux is weak and
Yep.
Sci-Fry is strong. So Sci-Fry is definitely
Because I
the one
buy
with the
all the
money to
things.
Victor Kovacs for you.
hey, Dad. So I need this spray paint for like a totally legitimate reason.
Ask your brother.
Did your sister ask? Did your sister tell you to ask for this? No, not at all.
Totally.
All right. So
legitimate.
number 9 is where I started making some grand assumptions about our family.
So one thing to remember about mistings is in order to become an Allomancer, you have to basically get the shit kicked out of you.
Right.
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your tragedy.
Romantic powers.
So are you all
Um,
scarred up?
So I put that the worst thing that ever happened to me is that my mother attacked me when I snapped.
Ooh. Is it... I'm curious about the wording there. Is it you snapped because she attacked you, or she attacked you because you snapped?
She attacked me. Sorry, yeah, but she attacked me because I snapped.
Okay, all right. So did
what
you like
caused you to
riot
snap?
her into attacking you, or was she just upset that you became an Allomancer?
It's basically what I was thinking is because she's a rioter, like it was just super intense, like because the rioter like increases emotion, and so she just basically blinded everything. I'm gonna hit like it's like if
You're berserk
Kingsman.
lightning your mom.
If you've seen Kingsman,
Yeah. Yep. Got
it was
it.
it's basically that's what happened to her.
What caused you to snap then? If it's after you snapped that your mom beat the shit out of you.
You don't feel the need to answer that yet. We can explore that as part of your tragedy.
Okay,
Um,
that's fair.
Yeah, we can definitely explore that in character, and you can get bonuses for doing so.
Ooh.
Just like I don't want to know certain things about how you killed your husband, or just how close the two of you have become since then. What is the worst thing that's happened to you, Sci-Fry?
I didn't really have a solid answer for this.
Okay. Let's look over what
Anyone
you have
has
so far and
ideas.
see if we can pull an answer out.
Mhm.
You are a apprentice. It sounds like your sister controls a lot of your life. Well, we can just fall right back to what happened to your mom. Like, is the worst thing that happened to you watching your sister kill your mother? Or something like that?
Oh, that could be. Is the worst thing that happened to my character would be not being able to prevent what happened to my sister.
Oh, it's even worse because you're a tin eye, so maybe you snapped and all you could do
Yeah.
was watch and
Oh,
Exactly.
perfect detail.
Watching in 1080p 60 FPS detail.
Obviously,
7.1
it's
surround
way- it's
sound.
4K. first
Smell-o-vision,
off.
everything, man.
And it's got to be at least 120 FPS. I mean, if you're gonna go PC,
Yeah.
you can't be a peon.
Right.
So something like snapped while sister killed mother.
Yeah.
Man, there was like a
That
double
definitely sounds
snap
about
that
right.
day. Must have been
Double
a
snap.
terrible day for your house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm supposed that your other family members were probably like, "Oh man, 2 mistings. This is so great." You guys are like crying in the corner, holding each other. Like, it's terrible.
Imagine the stance we'll have at the courts now. They'll need to go through some counseling, but oh well.
What
It's
do you
fine.
believe your ultimate purpose is? What's the best way each of your stories end?
I'm gonna free the Ska from their binds.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh man,
That
you
came
are a
out.
real rebel. You're like a breeze
Yeah.
level rebel.
Yep.
Free the ska. from their
What?
minds. So rebellious. What about you, little brother?
I feel like I need to change my answer because my answer was raise my house's noble status and get a great house in Luthadel.
That's my goal. So we can be on the same page. It's fine.
Well, your girls
well,
are not
his
exactly the same.
his
Yours
is,
is the
free-
I
most
have to listen
popular
to
house.
Sister Dearest.
It's but like
Well, hers is.
it
hers
seems
is
like
to
yours
free
is
the
much more
ska.
like I just want to get a good house, so
Yeah.
I can just live there and not have to do any of this ever
Exactly.
again.
Never
Yours
have
yeah.
to work a day in my life.
Yours can be to keep ska in the '90s where it belongs.
Okay, so you want to become influential enough and rich enough to afford a great house in Luthadel to raise
Yes.
your noble status. Okay, cool. All right. Those are our questions. We've defined some strengths there. Let's put some stats in place. So we're now on page 99 of the Mistborn RPG. Define your strengths. For those of you that are powers, for our ferrochemist, you get a ferrochemical rating of 3 in all metals. So you can just write 3 in all metals. Mistings, you will start with a
Okay.
rating of 5 in the metal of your choice, and you get 1 stunt from that metal. You'll need to pick those up on page 269. Khandra, you gain a mimicry rating of 5, and you get a hemalurgic blessing. I think, Virgil, you had picked one out for yourself?
No, I.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you will, if you need to pick one out, to page 261, and then
open
you
right now.
will choose one of those. So for our mistings, do each of you know what stunts you want in your particular metals?
Hang on, where do you find that?
269 is the start of Treatise Metallurgic. Tin should be fairly early on, and zinc should be about midway.
I think I'm gonna
through.
take Effect Crowd.
Really? Okay. Well, you definitely take Rioter to the actual words it was meant for. So, for the audience, and for anyone that hasn't gotten far enough in the books to have what's-her-name show up, Alrion, let's talk about what zinc does specifically.
Mhm.
and then what your stunt does. So, in your own words, what does Zinc do?
Basically, they reach in to people's heads, find an emotion, and like basically bring it out to the surface. So like if there's like an anger inside someone, they can pull it out and basically and like make them super angry about something. Or if they're like or any emotion, if they're kind of sad, they can make them extremely sad. If they're happy, they can make them extremely happy. And I was taking Ryder to the for literal, and then she like basically can affect crowds and be like, hey, we're all really pissed off about this, right? Yeah, we are all really pissed off about this.
So you can affect 20 times your number of Zinc ratings, so you can affect 100 people.
I can affect 100 people.
Right. You can definitely affect a lot of people. And they all have to be within short range.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Did you say the rating was? Did you say 5?
Yes, your mimicry rating is 5. All right, Sci-Fry. Let's talk about Tin.
Yeah.
What does Tin do, and what stone are you taking?
Tin is probably the lightest of the elementic metals. It's described in the book to be one of the slower burning ones that most Allomancers or Mistborn leave their tin on almost 24/7. It basically upgrades your sight and hearing and just sensory perception to almost superhuman levels.
Yep, it enhances all 5 of your senses equally.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And it goes for quite a long time. One charge lasts an hour. What stunt would you like to take?
I actually cannot find the stunts in this
It's
book.
page 299.
299.
Yep,
Let's
and
see.
make sure to write down that page number so that you can draw back to Tin anytime you want to use Tin and consult the chart.
Oh, here we go. 10.
Yep.
10 elementic stunts. I will go with sense memory.
Fascinating. What sense
Says-
are you attaching to?
Yeah, it says you have near perfect memory with a single sense, letting you identify familiar voices or smells. I'm gonna go with hearing.
All right, so
That's
anytime you hear a sound, you can recall whether you've seen it before or not.
Yeah.
No rolls necessary. So if you hear someone talking, you can identify them by voice.
What is the rating number I put in?
Your rating number is 5.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Khandra.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about blessings.
So I think I'm going to take the enhanced speed and strength, which is the blessing of potency.
Right, you're pewtering then. Oh no, it's steel.
No, it's
Wow.
granted by steel, yeah.
Cool. And that lets you increase your physique score by 2.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get higher than 8 with this, however. So it does max you out. Can't keep those gains up. All right. So we have powers chosen. No one is weak. Powers are all very special people. Let's talk about your attributes.
Thanks.
Okay, so yeah, let's get this set.
The 3 attributes are physique, charm, and wits. Physique is physical fitness and speed, including strength, agility, and endurance. Charm is your natural charisma and social skills, including appearance and ability to lead. And wits are your inherent intelligence and insight, including wisdom, raw knowledge, and resourcefulness. Does anyone have strong?
Yes.
Okay, you get 13 points to put between your attributes. No attribute can exceed 6. Anybody average?
I think I remember
Me.
mine being weak.
I am average.
Okay, you have 11 points. No attribute can exceed 5.
Yes. I've got all of my attributes and standing sorted
Gold star,
already.
top of the class. Sci-Fry and Virgil, you both have weaks, so you have 9 points to split between your 3 attributes. No attribute can exceed 4. And of course, Virgil, you are bumping your physique up by 2.
Mhm. So 4 is the max?
Yes.
that? Okay.
4 is the max you can start with, and then you add 2 because of your
Okay, so I can get it
because
to
of your blessings.
6.
Yep, you could start with 6 in physique and actually be pretty strong. Standings. Anybody strong? I think Sci-Fry might be the only strong standing. Oh no, Kendra has a 2, right?
I have a 2. It's
What
not
did I
strong.
have?
for
I had-
Chandra. It's
Were my
average.
powers strong or average?
Your powers were average.
Okay, so yeah, I had strong standing then because I
Okay.
have weak attributes.
Yeah, I have strong standing.
Right. Your 3 standings are resources, which are wealth, privilege, and the capacity to muster financially driven resources like an army or an estate. Influence, which is political power, contacts, and the ability to call in favors. And spirit, which is fate, connection to the metaphysical, and the ability to survive against the odds. This is a stat you don't see in a lot of RPGs, and I want to be very clear that this is one of my favorite stats. It lets you do some very strange things you don't normally see. If you have at least 6 points in spirit, you can burn one of your points in spirit to re-roll any roll that you just failed at.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. Spirit also lets you do stuff like ask God questions. Like, am I on the right track? Will I find the killer in the next room? What's in store for me?
Do you ask God or do you ask the Lord Ruler?
No, you ask the actual God, not Lord.
Okay.
Are you there, God? It's me, Mark.
Okay, so this was the one that I had.
You were strong in,
Strong.
so you get 13 points. None may exceed 8. And you have to have... oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read this out loud. You have to have at least 2 points in everything. You can't have 1 in any of your stats. Average standings, I don't think... No one has average standings, right? Average standings would be 11, and weak are 9 points. No one may exceed 4. We've already determined all of you have a race, and are of a particular class within that race. And then you will need to pick a sex, age, height, and weight, and then a name. So let's talk about those. We've determined, I think we're pretty set that Tux and Kelsa are both playing females, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sci-Fry, younger brother, right? You're playing a male? So Virgil, we haven't really talked about your character. Since you eat dead bodies, you can be anyone you want to be. But as a base Chandra, are you male or female?
Or neither, or both.
We're male.
Okay, interesting.
Where's let's see.
Sai, how old do you want our twins to be? I was thinking like 19, 20-ish.
That is what I was thinking as well.
All right.
I was gonna put mine at 19.
Sure. Cool.
I like how Virgil's just filled all his out. It's like NA, 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 450 years old.
Height can vary.
Sex, yes.
All right, interesting. Let's see here. So we have some names. Kelsa, why don't you tell us about your character, and then everything you just wrote down on the race bar, and pass that.
Sure. So my character is Odales, and she is a terraceman, but she is posing as a noblewoman. She's female. She's 27, old enough to be well past her prime, attending balls and such. So that's why she had to go and get married. It was terrible, tragedy. But she's very tall. She's about 6 foot tall. And she weighs probably about 140 pounds, which is a fairly average build for a woman of that height.
Okay. Has anyone else filled out their personality bar or physical description bar? I think would probably be a better.
I can go ahead and describe the role I'm currently playing.
And your name, perhaps?
Oh yeah, what was it would be
as a Chandra, your
Odalash, you
name,
didn't-
your name pairs on page 100.
right, no, I had something written down. Hold on.
Chandra names are distinctive, They have multiple syllables. The second syllable is capitalized and always contains 2 vowels.
About Kinsey, the Y counts as a vowel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Can you spell that for me?
Kinsay.
All right. But don't worry, the overlay will look better next week once we have everybody in. But for now, I'm putting temporary tags so you know who the hell we're talking about.
So, did you have a name for our family? Or
no, I did not have a name for our family.
You might want to get some input from Odelays as well.
Yeah, Odelay.
Odeles.
Didn't you have a name for the?
I
as well?
was thinking Martell.
Oh, we're just gonna go full Game of Thrones. All right.
Oh yeah,
Well,
were
that's
we gonna be
not
like
why I
cousins or whatever?
That's not why I picked it. But
Oh yeah, that's another thing. If we're in the same house, what is our relation to you?
I thought we were cousins.
Okay.
That seems fair.
All right, so Martell is kind of our generic house name.
Okay.
Cool. Is that Martell?
Yeah.
Got it.
Making me add more L's and shit.
So many L's.
Virgil,
Copious amount of L's.
why don't you tell us about Arturo Martell? No reason not to put more arts and things. Who you are currently impersonating.
Tall man, around 6'3", but looks even taller with his like big, kind of not short but not long either, wavy hair that puffs like up off his head, and like a big scruffy beard. Yeah, and he's weighs about 200 pounds, like, you know, fairly well built. Looks like he still gets out and about, nice big broad shoulders, and usually wearing pretty nice finery as well. A nice dark blue shirt with like wooden buttons, as is the custom. And probably like has a nice cane that he walks with and practices dueling with and stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, well, make sure to pick dueling cane as part of your props. I'll hold you to that. And just in case you were wondering, fan artists, that sounds like a pretty good description of what his character looks like now. Of course, you could just draw a blob, and that would also be what Kinsey looks like. Just look at a general green, bluish blob that floats around on the floor that's translucent, filled with some bones and 2 little spikes.
That's me.
Yeah, there's gonna be so much fan art for you. It's so easy. Look.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us a bit more about Odalise, with like a physical description?
Sure,
while we get the other
absolutely.
Martells?
So, Odalise is fairly, as I said, she's fairly tall for a woman. She has fairly long blonde hair that she very often wears pulled pulled up into like a cascading waterfall kind of style, and she has a hair clip made out of copper that she always wears. She also has a band of 2 large tin bracelets on one wrist, and she wears 2 earrings that only on closer inspection can you tell that one is copper and one is bronze. And a
oh man, you've picked props.
oh, sorry, I may
No,
have.
no, it's good. It's good. Keep going.
She also wears a suite of rings, one of which is a like a secret compartment. She actually has multiple rings with large gaudy stones that double as secret compartments, but she also has a steel band as a wedding ring, and another bracelet on her right arm that is made of zinc.
Oh man, so can you list all those medals again real quick for my benefit?
They're on my character sheet.
Oh, good, good. I will read them out loud so that I can remember them because I remember things by voice. You have double tink, zinc, steel, copper, and bronze. Man, that oh god, zinc and steel together, you're a fucking nightmare monster. Jesus.
It's cool. Don't worry about it.
God damn.
But
Are you competing for greatest? Oh, your physique is terrible. That's
My
right. You can't be
physique is
greatest
terrible.
swordsman in the land.
No, I'm the fastest poisoner in the land.
Yeah, that's true.
I,
Right.
That is all. That is all for sleight of hand. It's not for dueling. It's for sleight of hand. And she is. She's always wearing a very fashionable dresses. Then and is often known for carrying like a handbag or purse that matches her current ensemble. But one thing that most people will notice if they're very observant is that she has a lot less dresses. It seems like she has a lot of dresses that are all the same style but just a different color, when in reality she has a very small number of dresses that she dyes progressively darker to save money.
Interesting. Oh man, wow, you picked some. Wow, you min-maxed that that Farrakemi. You hit the good ones. Bronze, good stuff. I don't remember what tin for. Oh, it's sense.
It's
Yeah.
senses.
All right. Do you have senses that you wanted to pick for that? We'll have to go over
Absolutely.
that.
Yep.
All right. We'll go over what each of your elements does, so people won't be surprised when you act first in every combat. Even though you're literally the slowest character, you're like, okay, I act first always.
A little bit. Okay, though.
Let's talk about Vice and Valette.
Which one first?
Who wants to go first?
I'll let Tux go first.
Okay. Yep. So Valette's like Vice is 19, 5'8", weight is 115, and then her appearance pretty light skin. She has blue eyes and black hair, and then like the most prominent thing about her is she kind of has like the undercut where like it's like pretty long hair except for like the right side of her head is like shaved or like buzzed down, because basically like along right here are like a bunch of jagged lined scars, like kind of going down her head. Like a few like go down maybe into her cheek, but most of them are just kind of like right here along the side of her head. And so there's like not really a lot of hair there. It's almost like she wants to display them. And
wow, that's gonna. I can't wait to see the art for that.
All I can picture is the scene from Scott Pilgrim where the one dude's like, she's got battle scars, dude.
basically. Yeah, she displays that, and then has her hair kind of going down over the left side of her head, and then a little over her eye, just enough to be really cool.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
man, so cool. Rebellious.
She never wears dresses because dresses are lame. She's basically always in like pants and shirt, like pretty tight, like
Scandalous.
revealing enough that it's not like slutty, but like basically everything about her is like intensely decided about what's gonna look the coolest. So like she's got like from Fresh Prince, she does like the Will Smith thing where she'll take like a noble article of clothing, like a really cool tunic or whatever, but then like cut it or like flip it inside out or like dye it or something. So like maybe
You're
like
gonna have so much obligator trouble, Tux.
You're like a '90s kid dropped into the
basically, yeah.
mythology.
I think maybe her default clothing that she'll be in is like a black tunic.
I'm picturing
the
like
left sleeve.
Punky Brewster kind of thing.
If Punky
The left
Brewster
sleeve
could burn
is like
pure.
cut. So like it's only like partway down her arm, and then the other side's like going down, but then it's like she's dyed part of it, so there's like some like streaks going down, maybe like or like bleach it or something, so there's like white and grayish like streaks along it. Pants, and then like kind of like pretty normal pants, maybe like there's some cuts in them because that's
They're
really
distressed.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're stressed. Yeah,
man.
she bought them at Abercrombie like that.
You had your ska make them like that.
No, that's not cool enough. Can you just wear these for like 2 weeks and then give them back to me?
Of course.
But wash them, of course.
Oh boy.
Yeah. The general wear and
Your
tear of
character's
giving it to a
fucking
plantation
nightmare.
ska.
No, it's amazing. And then like some really really cool boots. No heels on them at all. Whatever. Like they maybe go up to like a little bit of upper thigh, or not thigh. Sorry, wrong leg part.
Calf.
A little bit upper calf. And those are I think those are actually like a little nice. Like they're like black or black, and then they have like some like lacing in them. Like she stole them, obviously. And it's like a point of pride almost. Like look at how nice these are. Guess what? I didn't even pay for these. What up? That'll be her default clothing, I think, and then maybe she'll probably, obviously she has a lot of really cool things she likes to wear, so there's that. And yeah, that's Valette. That's Valette in a nutshell.
Okay. Pretty big nutshell.
Yeah.
Crazy tie-dyed nutshell. Vice, let's talk about you.
Yeah, so Vice is 19, just like Valette. He's 5'9", which makes him technically an inch taller than him, but he's a scrawny twig of a man, so he doesn't look very imposing. His outfit is generally the cloak that a nobleman would wear. He wears like proper clothes, and he's got probably like a dark cloak, like probably something like a black cloak with maybe like a gold trim to show that he's nobility and stuff like that. But mostly he wants to.
I think the fact you own a
Blend
cloak shows your nobility.
Yeah, it's true, but it's a cloak that blends in.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
it's-
I just get this impression from your character being soft-spoken, scrawny, apprentice, underling, that maybe you're like constantly like washing your hands or doing something like that. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know that we should be doing this.
There was a lot of ash last
He's
night. I don't know if we should go out tonight.
Called moron.
I don't think it's safe going out in the mist, guys.
Definitely not.
I can see something moving out there. Oh, it's just a
I mean,
bird.
I'll go if you tell me to, but
Yeah,
will most
exactly.
likely die.
But no, it's weird because my sister keeps stealing things, and I keep telling her we're nobility, we have money, we don't need to do this.
That's not the point, man.
Ask Uncle R12 for something.
Exactly. He probably has like his hairstyle is probably longer than you would expect from a noble, but not quite shoulder length.
It's like this. Ratty stuff.
Yeah, basically.
My hair.
All right.
And, I don't know what the rules our equipment are, but he probably has
We'll get to props in a second.
Okay.
You're going to have a lot because you have strong resources.
Right.
You're probably going to have a ton of prop. This is 19-year-old Scrooge. Awesome.
Except he's like the complete opposite of like Scrooge's personality. 'Cause he's just a pushover.
All right, let's talk about your resiliences. So these are like your hit points in various factors of combat, whether it's physical, social, or mental combat. Your health is equal to your physique plus your resources. Your reputation is equal to your charm plus your influence, and your willpower is equal to your wits plus your spirit.
No one told me I had to have to do basic math to play this game.
Unsurprisingly, you can just go left to right and do physique and resources to do health.
Whoa. It's almost like they planned it.
I know, right? So let's talk about what your resiliences are. Valette, what are your resiliences?
I have 6 health, 9 reputation, and 7 willpower.
Oh man, those are some. That's a pretty good spread for a rider, since you are both a reputation and willpower attacker in general. Vise, what do you got?
I have 8 health, 7 reputation, and 7 willpower.
Yeah, you're very balanced. You've got pretty much the most balanced build. What about you, Odalise?
Odalys has 5 health, 7 reputation, and 8 willpower.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not great. Not great.
No.
Let's talk about your magic, since you seem to have picked out what you're storing and everything.
Yep.
So the way ferrochemy works is that by becoming weak at something for a set amount of time, you can become strong in it later, and you can vary the strength and time of it. So, for instance, you could be you could be half as fast. So you could be slow for an hour, and then perhaps for a half an hour you could be twice as fast, or for 15 minutes you could be 4 times as fast. Using steel. So what are you storing in each of your metals?
All right. So in tin, that allows me to store senses, and I am in my tin bracelets. I have smell and taste stored
Okay.
because my specialty is poisoning, and this allows me to help to dose the poisons properly and make sure no one is trying to turn the tides.
All right.
Then on my left wrist, I have a zinc bracelet, which is where I store my mental speed, which is part of the reason why I have the personality trait of vapid. A lot of people, one social trick I will do is go into parties and start storing into my zinc, which means that no one can trick me out of my
Dangerous.
it is, but it's a careful game I play, because then once everyone's guard is down, I reverse the process, and then suddenly I am much more keen on the uptake when they're not expecting it.
All right. Talk about that ring.
Yes, the steel wedding band is what stores my speed. It allows me to gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
It's by slowing down, um, you know, usually in private moments, it lets me store up some speed so that when we go out on a job, I can quickly, efficiently, and without getting caught, um, you know, turn around, open a poison ring, turn back around before anyone even notices I've moved.
Excellent. Your hair
Uh,
comb?
Okay, my hair comb, which is a beautiful copper piece that always sits on the top of my head. If it's in fact the only piece other than my wedding ring that I've never been seen without. Um, and that stores memories. I have a lot of memories in there of mostly of my plant research, because and various poisons and effects and counter poisons.
And I can't point to it because my headset is green screened. But that
Right.
earring?
So an earring, you know, is bronze, and that stores wakefulness, so that I can stay up all night and not feel no ill effects until later.
Right, excellent. Don't worry, Virgil. I didn't forget you. Let's talk about Kinsey's resiliences.
Okay, my resiliences are somehow OP, and I think it's just from the spikes.
It's the spikes.
10 health,
Yeah, that's
6 reputation, and 8 willpower.
Yeah,
Now,
that's.
I double checked these numbers; they're correct.
Yeah, they are correct. And you have a lot of health. You're probably gonna get this shit beat out of you a lot.
That's my job.
All right. So props. Some of you as Alamancers will gain props automatically, or you'll need to get more of them. For instance, you're going to need 2 sets of ferrochemical props as a keeper because you've chosen to have 6. How many props do you get? You get a number of props equal to your resources score.
Yep, and my resources is 3.
All right, and the props are on page 112. Wow, 3? Okay, so you're what? You're choosing Ferrochemy prop,
Ferrochemy prop, and a stash of poison or drugs.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay, yeah, you that's everything you own.
I know.
Yep.
I own nothing else.
What page are the props on?
112.
I'm very indebted.
I have a question. Does Valette have one of those banned books that the Lord Ruler tries to suppress? As one of those punk rebels?
Probably. Basically, whatever she can do to screw the establishment. Yeah. So I think she has a misting vial, lockpicks, and then let's see. Oh, some of these are rare, so I actually can't have them. Or like powerful, yeah. So like 'cause the book counts as 2 props,
Yes, yes.
so I can't have that.
Oh, not enough resources, huh? You wish you had one of those.
I
banned
wish I
books.
had one. I really wish I had one. And then let's go with Obsidian Dagger,
Oh. Oh.
because they're way cooler than normal daggers.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
they also Alamancers can't pull or push them,
Yep.
but
That's
it's
very
more that they're cooler than regular daggers.
Yeah. You have it because you want people to think you're a Mistborn or someone really
Yeah.
cool. Oh man, God! Everything about your character just screams like Steel Ministry intervention, right? Because the Inquisitors carry obsidian everything, and you're just like, yeah, man. Look
at
at
this
me, I'm
shit,
wearing
yo.
men's clothing. It's revealing. Ooh,
What?
I'm a philosopher.
I have ideas that might not be parallel to the Lord Ruler.
Whoa!
They say the tallest nail is the one that gets hammered down first.
Look at me, everybody.
All right, Vice.
We are so
You and Kinsey are ultra rich, so what are you guys working on?
I have 6 resources, so
Fuck.
let's
You
see.
can afford to get a lot of things. You're definitely going to want to get a misting vial of tin.
Yeah. Does
At
that
least
count as a? Does that
double up,
only
I
count
think.
for one?
Yes,
Or is it a double?
it gives you 3 charges of tin for 1 misting vial.
Okay. Does
So
the
that's like
misting
having
vial
3
count as
separate
one?
vials that go on your belt. And you can
How many props does a misting vial count as?
1.
Okay.
So,
So,
it's a single prop that has 3 uses.
Okay.
Yep.
And I will probably have.
Uh-oh.
Let me look through other. I'll
We
look
should
through.
mark these as prop in the
Oh, I bet
equipment.
it's me.
Do what?
Should we mark these as prop under for equipment?
Yes, you should definitely put them there.
Got it.
Damn it, Virgil. I just looked at your equipment list. You
Dueling
listed
cane?
underneath rules, you just put the words, yes it does. God damn it. you're
Well,
an asshole.
dueling canes and wooden shields are like what haze killers use, yeah?
Yeah. So if you have metal equipment, lurchers and coin shots who are capable of either pulling or pushing on metals won't be able to affect your wood. So you may have a considerably easier
No
time.
one can affect.
I like to think that since the character I'm, or the person I'm impersonating right now, is about 50 years old, that he walks with his cane, but it doesn't really look like he needs it, and so it's kind of a, symbolic thing, and he's not like known for using it, but he carries it around.
So is it an actual dueling cane so that you could use it as a weapon, but you just
Yeah.
don't on a regular basis?
Yeah, it's definitely a weapon,
Okay.
but I would never like draw it against someone unless there was extreme circumstances.
Of course, you're a superhero that eats people. You know, you just gotta know where you came
Let's
from.
just set something straight, guys. Like Arthur's making out like I'm the worst thing ever. I'm not even allowed to kill a human. Like,
Well, I mean, you're allowed to. You
That's
just break
okay.
your contract.
That's okay. I can do it for you, dear.
And you have.
lovely.
I will. I have and I will.
I want to know so much about how your relationship goes between the two of you. Kinsey, I see a couple more props here.
Yeah. So I also have formal clothing, because I do have to go to lots of balls and whatnot with my wife and look very fancy. And I have to keep up with the latest fashions, of course. I also have some bones.
Those would be the bones you're currently using.
No, I thought they were, from the way it's written in the book, it seems like that is an additional set of bones to what you're currently impersonating.
I'll accept that.
So I think it's probably like the last, job I had was for, another noble house, and they had, provided me with bones. So this is like a long dead nobles, from 150 years ago or something.
Interesting. All right, so you could imitate that person if you needed to swap bodies real quick.
Mm-hmm. And I also have a nice disguise, like clothing that fits that body better.
Perfect. As a note, if you kill and eat another person, those bones will go away at the next short rest. They'll be lost somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So if we jump ahead in time, days or hours or weeks, you will have lost that unless you gain more resources or swap the bones in as another one. Okay, Vice.
I went with, for my final props, I went with 3 misting vials, which would be, of course, all full of tin.
Yeah.
A dueling cane, former clothing, and a pocket watch.
You have so much tin. Are you literally going to sit around and, like, flare your tin constantly and hope to become a savant?
I don't know. How many charges is it to a...
It's 3 charges to 1 vial.
So you have 3 vials, so you have
See,
9
I wasn't
charges.
sure how quick a charge went up. I wasn't sure if it's like every time I turn it on, there's a charge.
So, yeah, check out the tin page. I think it's the first one. I'll get the number for you. It's on page 299. Tin burns at a rate of 1 charge an hour.
So that is...
You have enough to last you...
That is...
Like, what's that, 9 hours?
9 hours of
Yeah, you could literally be just walking around. And every time you take a short breather, which would be like a day or a week, you could just be like, oh, I got more. Just went down to the store.
Yeah, your prop you get back after a breather, so you just you have so much tin.
So much tin.
So much.
Just keep it on all the time.
Gonna pull a spook.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some more things we need to do here. But before we go into that, I want to talk about advancements, which is how you level up. Since we're only doing 4 weeks, I wanted to ask if you guys want to do double speed advancements. So instead of whenever you would gain 1 advancement, you gain 2 instead.
Yeah, so then we can...
Sure.
I like that. Sure.
There are a number of ways to gain advancements. They are the following. Complete a scheme or achieve a personal goal. Make a crucial choice at a turning point. Turning point is capitalized because it's a thing that I make up. Reveal a powerful secret. Defeat a central villain. Fulfill your character's destiny. Overcome your character's tragedy. Grapple with a burden. This will become important later. Anytime you gain a burden, the first time someone uses it against you in a session, you get a die. So, if you are injured in one of the various ways of combat, you'll gain a negative trait. And if someone calls that trait against you, they get a die, and you get an advancement. So you level up by sucking. Achieve something vital to the story or crew's survival. Here's a big one. Staying in character will earn you an advancement. You stay in character the whole session. And I'm going to leave that to probably the audience to decide. I'll figure that one out. And the final way is to selflessly improve the quality of the game for everybody. And I'm definitely going to have a straw poll at the end of every session where the audience will figure out who improved the quality of the gaming session for everyone. The answer cannot be chat, despite the fact I know they want it to be.
Chat's so good, though.
Don't
Yeah,
sell
chat
it.
is the best. Chat is
have
always
so
the
many
best.
books.
Stop selling out to chat.
You know, chat was always kind of overrated.
There we go. That's what I
But
want to
chat
hear.
is against the man. So I love chat.
Right.
we've quoted Silent Osiris enough times, but I think this is the most relevant. Chat can go fuck themselves.
GM chat.
GM chat.
Okay, so now we only have about 5 minutes left, but I really is everybody good? Like, could we go a little bit over time here so that we can develop the scheme and plan of action? This is where you guys write a story, and then during the break, I'll write in some twists and some characters to be in that story. If you don't want to rush it, and I don't know that we should, you can take a break and come back.
I'd like to
I'm
break
good.
it. I kind of like to break it though.
All right.
Yeah, I think breaking.
If we need a break, we'll do that. Since we're breaking, let me look at my schedule. Some night during this week, I will have a GM turn where I will show you how to be the narrator for Mistborn,
Awesome.
where we'll talk about. Well, you'll learn more about it as we set up the scheme and the plan of action, but you'll learn how to twist everything, set up the destinies and tragedies for all of your players, and just generally be awesome. So let's see here. Friday night at 8, I will be doing a Mistborn GM session. All right.
And then chat, you can come to me with all the juicy secrets.
No,
Because I'm on
don't
your
share
side.
with any of these players. Give them nothing.
I'm on your side, chat. Don't listen to me.
You have to do the 300 thing where you give them no quarter.
Give them
So,
no
we'll
order.
be back in about 8 minutes for another 2 hours of Crafty Games Mistborn RPG. I'm going to put the link in chat for you if you want to pick up the preview or the primer for free, or if you've enjoyed what we're doing so far, maybe pick up the whole book. We'll be back shortly. I hope to see you there.